My supreme namaskarams to all of you. My name is Nerala Malyadri. I am now practicing as an advocate of Honorable Supreme Court of India and Honorable High Courts of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana after my retirement voluntarily as a district judge. Today I am discussing with you regarding very important bail, that is medical bail on medical grounds. You all know that bail is a matter of right and jail is an exception. By observing that if this court is not going to protect the human and fundamental rights of honorable citizens of this country, who else will do? By Honorable Supreme Court in recent judgment or order granted interim bail to a famous journalist, Arnab Goswami. You know that he was arrested in connection with some civil litigation or civil dispute regarding repayment of the money due by him, by claiming that he did not pay, and then the victim committed suicide. In that case, the case was closed as long back as in 2018, but again it is reopened at the instance of the daughter of the victim of Sri Arnab Goswami, by presenting a complaint to the Home Minister of that country, that state. Thereafter, you all know that though that particular dispute is not connected with the profession which Mr. Goswami was doing as a journalist, even though many people, including Editors Guild, does not like his way of conducting journalism, but submitted an application to the concerned government, state government and others for releasing him. And finally, by considering his fundamental rights with jet speed, bail was granted by Honorable Supreme Court of India, observing that that is the duty of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. In the line of this, I pray at first to grant bails to all who are entitled for violation of fundamental rights of them without any delay, if not with that speed of Mr. Arnab Goswami, but of any other speed less than that, but not like keeping the accused in jail for a long time without disposing of their applications on one ground or other, or as alleged by the President of Supreme Court Bar Association in that respect. With this, let us now deal with the medical grounds bail. You know, Mr. Varavar Rao, Dr. Varavar Rao is in jail. The Honorable Bombay High Court is hearing the plea moved by his wife Pendyala Hemalata for his immediate release on bail citing medical grounds. Mr. Rao has been in jail since his arrest in the Bhima Koregan case in June 2018. The present plea, along with the previous bail plea filed by Rao, is being heard by a vacation bench of Justices A.K. Menon and S.P. Tavedi. The importance of this hearing is that the Rao's wife, in fact, has approached the Honorable High Court after the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court refused to intervene, instead directing the Bombay High Court to hear the bail case at the earliest. The contention of Hemalata is that the medical needs of her husband are neglected by the state, and that he is being lodged under inhuman conditions at Taloja jail in violation of his rights under Article 21 of the Constitution and also other articles of the Constitution, more so of fundamental rights. Now let us see what is the stage in that case. As per as my information is concerned, that recently in Bombay High Court, before the division bench of Justices S.S. Sinde and M.J. Jamdar, the learned advocate of Mr. Varvar Rao's lawyer, namely Mrs. Jai Singh, through video conference explained to Honorable Supreme Court that the experts such as of neurology or urology did not examine the Varvar Rao via video conference. She also argued that a medical examination could not be conducted via video conferencing and the report submitted was an eyewash. She added that a report on Mr. Rao's neurological examination was required as that would be relied on to argue for her his medical bail. Thereafter some interruption, due to which the virtual hearing could not further conduct, and I am not aware about what is the stage now. But in this regard, I am interested to submit a few important cases regarding medical grounds, cases which are dealt with by Honorable Supreme Court and High Court of several High Courts and others, which are very important, and I would like to impress upon you about how these cases have to be dealt with. Before going to deal with those cases, let us discuss about Varvar Rao's wife's petition contents in the Honorable Supreme Court. She has stated that Mr. Varvar Rao, who is an accused in that case, is not in a position to stand trial in his present condition, and he needs critical medical care to keep him alive. This is what she has stated. She is also asking that please grant him bail and set him at liberty on medical grounds so that he can be with his family in Hyderabad, and the continuous custody of him amounts to cruel and inhuman treating, violating Article 21 of the Constitution of India and violating of his dignity in custody, which said right has been violated by state of Maharashtra and NIA. It is also of the view in that petition that he is affected with COVID-19 and it hampers all organs including neurological, and every patient displays different symptoms. You know that he was arrested on August 28 of 2018. At that time he had no neurological problems. So she is claiming that he has been forced to live in inhuman conditions, which is evident from the fact that as per the call from the co-accused to his family, he has been suffering from urinary infection due to the urine bag which has not been changed for the past 40 days. She also alleged that there is no chance for commencement of the trial, and as charges are yet to be framed, and she also claims that she received a letter from her husband where he appeared to be under the belief that she died and that her body was at morgue, and that sadly letter is written to her. So he is not in a position to stand trial in his present condition and needs critical medical care to keep him alive, and no useful purpose will be served to proceed with it. So she has alleged in the petition about several conditions of her husband, and the Honorable Supreme Court did not intervene in it, and now the hearing is going on before the Honorable High Court of Andhra Pradesh, High Court of Bombay. So in this regard, before dealing with medical grounds, what I say is that let us assume that he is suffering with medical grounds. Then what to be done when there are serious allegations? The Honorable Supreme Court in the criminal appellate jurisdiction in criminal appeal number 686 of 2020 arising out of SLP criminal number 4337 of 2020 4337 of 2020 between State of UP appellants versus Gayatri Prasad Prajapati respondent, 3-bench decision. Mr. Ashok Bhushan, while dealing with an application of a minister, ex-minister, after the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court granted bail on medical grounds for a period of 2 months and also for listing of the regular bail, the Honorable Supreme Court has observed by allowing the appeal and ordered for cancellation of the bail application, cancellation of the bail that was granted to that man who is an ex-minister, by observing that even as on date due medical care is being taken of the respondent, which is apparent from the record. It also observed that the High Court, without considering the entire material on record, had passed impeding order dated 3/9/2020, which is unsustainable. So, in this case, Mr. Dhawan, Dr. Dhawan, who is an advocate of the petitioner ex-minister, has argued in para number 16 that though he is an accused of serious offence, the accused requires a human treatment by the prison authorities, and there can be no doubt of two views with regard to above. Human treatment to all, including an accused, is requirement of law. It also contended that furthermore, a prisoner who is suffering from an ailment has to be given due treatment and care while in person. So the importance is the court has to consider whether due treatment and care is given while a person in prison, irrespective of the allegations of serious nature of the case. This is what the contention of the Honorable learned advocate of the petitioner in that case. But the court, by considering all that, held or observed that regular bail application be considered, and the High Court did not consider the entire material on record. It referred about the material exhibit A2 and A3, which are not considered by the Honorable High Court. So the principle is that the court has to consider the entire material available on record and then pass orders. And contention of the learned counsel is also important, which says that inhuman treatment should not be given to an accused, and treatment must be proper. Medical treatment must be in accordance with the standards required to that particular accused who is suffering with that case. So now I would like to go to another case of which is also decided by Honorable Supreme Court of India. This is State of Maharashtra versus Captain Buddhikota Subbarao on 29 September 1989. It is equivalent to 1989 AR 2292 or 1989 SCR Supplemental 1315. The bench Ahmadi AM Honorable Judge has decided this case. The principle that is held in this decision is under Article 136 of Constitution of India, court does not interfere with order granting bail, but court will interfere when judicial discipline is sacrificed at the altar of judicial discretion. So the courts are empowered to grant bail only by exercising discretion by following the judicial discipline and without sacrificing the judicial discipline. Why I have taken up this case is, in this case, there is one observation of the Honorable Supreme Court in this case, in which the Honorable Supreme Court has held by observing that liberty occupies a place of pride in our social political order. The founders of the Constitution, whose liberty was curtailed time and again under draconian laws by the colonial rules, knew very well of the value of liberty, and that's why they have put Article 21 in the Constitution. So there are certain obligations under Article 22. The Honorable Supreme Court observed that in the event of arrest of an individual accused of the commission of a crime against society of the nation, Article 22 casts certain obligations. In cases of under trials charged with the commission of an offence or offences, the court is generally called upon to decide whether to release or not to release. The decision has to be made mainly in non-bail cases having regard to the nature of the case, circumstances in which it was committed, the background of the accused, the possibility of his jumping bail, the impact that his release may make on prosecution witnesses, its impact on society, and the possibility of the retribution. So the court has observed that these things have to be considered definitely by considering the material on record while granting or refusing a bail. The court has observed that judicial discipline, propriety and committee demanded that the impeached order should not have been passed, reserving all earlier orders, including the one rendered by so-and-so judge, product J, only a copies of on a couple of days before in the absence of any substantial change in the fact situation. In such cases, it is necessary to act with restraint and circumspection so that the process of the court is not abused by a litigant and an impression does not gain ground that the litigant had either successfully avoided one judge or selected another to secure an order which had hitherto eluded to him. So the Honorable Supreme Court, by following the decision Shahid Hassan Khan versus Istiki Hassan Khan 1987 2 SCC 684, observed that there was no justification for passing the impeachment order in the absence of substantial change in the fact situation. So impeachment order is a bit out of the ordinary judicial restraint demands that we say no more. So in this case, what has happened is, just within 2 days, changing the earlier orders, granted the bail on medical grounds also. So by reading both the cases, what I would like to impress upon all of you is, the courts are bound to grant bail on medical grounds also, by way of granting interim bail for getting his treatment positively in accordance with the available infrastructure at the command of the accused or his family members. In the cases where the treatment that is given to the accused by the prison authorities or the available opportunity or facilities are not up to the standards. But at the same time, judicial restraint is there to consider the previous orders just passed 2 or 3 days prior to it, and also to see that entire material on record is considered or not. For this, what is required is a thorough examination of an accused by competent medical officers dealing with particular diseases of the accused is very important. In most of the cases, this is not being done. Furthermore, a virtual medical examination of an accused is also not fully up to the standards required to be followed according to me. So what is required is a medical reports or medical examination should not be an eyewash. They should have basis for this, and there is an urgent need of requirement of examining of an accused, and also the facilities that are available at that particular prison or the hospital in which that person is there, and then entire medical record has to be considered. Thereafter, even though allegations are serious in nature, by keeping some conditions, bail can be granted or refused in that manner, or some directions should be given to the authorities concerned, granting or opportunity to give proper treatment with the standards required. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be injustice to the entire whole system, and Article 21 is violated, Article 22 is violated, and then preamble of the Constitution is also violated. So, I am submitting, even in medical grounds cases also, before granting the bail, the duty of the judge is to see the entire material on record, including the previous orders passed by different courts. Unless and until that is thoroughly not done, the court is not justified in refusing or granting the bail. So with this, I hope that the grounds on which medical bail is granted, and also how the court has to follow the procedure, is, I hope, in a proper way explained. I hope that you like my video. Please subscribe my video, and also request your friends also to subscribe my video. Thank you very much.